Good afternoon, everyone. Layers of time, Byzantine Church, Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire, mud flood after the Dubai floods, hail ripping through Saudi Arabia, camels walking through, well, hail. Guilin, new storms in China, electrical megafront, England. Also crop yields down 20%. It's so wet they can't plant, but now they need facial recognition for shoplifting, specifically in supermarkets. Got the star for Belgrade. And as the world spins out of control, we need to chill out like the squirrel. We're going to drop back in time for the video here. Byzantine Church, 450 to maybe 470 AD, Greece. That was an early Christian basilica built on top of a Roman public bath, which was then built on top of by the Ottoman Empire after the 1430 conquest. Notice the difference in sacred geometry and design from the previous eras compared to the later eras. Incredibly easy to understand. And Fortuna as well. Roman goddess of fortune, prosperity, and the personification of luck. Also known, the Greek goddess Tai Chi. Fortuna. Are we very fortunate to have our lives today? You'll find it on an enormous amount of gold bars as well, Pamp. Right there with that Rosicrucian center head. The cross never disappears, nor do remnants of time. We got a star for it here in Belgrade. I was going to visit Belgrade when we were over in Croatia, but they had a few problems politically, food price rises, civil unrest, and it really wasn't the best time to go. But this is right downtown in Belgrade, across the river, obviously, as you see most star forts along water bodies. And look how it just spreads and spreads. If it was just a fortification, it wouldn't be this large. Then it continues with walls off the map there that are less discernible. You really need to zoom in on that. Definitely a must visit if you're in Belgrade. I wish I could have more time to get there. Next trip. We'll just put it up and chalk it up to the next trip. But what do we see here? Remnants of a mud flood, Dubai. They're cleaning out the mud now that the water's, well, dissipating. 3 years of rain in a couple of days, and this is the type of mud flood that we see in the desert. High-end automobiles, all the Mercedes four-wheelers. Those will eventually, as the water drops, feet of mud that they'll have to clean out. And if that was, let's say, 10 feet of mud instead of 2 feet of mud, what do you think they would do? Of course they would leave all those automobiles. They would leave the first floors there and just build on top. It would be too much work to unbury it and dig it out for the return on investment. So then we start to see these chapters of history. Cultural layer built on top of cultural layer again and again and again, whether it's star forts or whether it's basilicas or whether it's mosaic floors. This is the repeating theme of history that comes again and again and again. Now, if you knew this was coming at us right now, you would also probably shift the economy. Oh, wait, check. You'd probably try to give the excuses to the world why things are changing so fast and almost uncontrollably. Check. And we start to see the physical, geophysical earth changes that would accompany this. Check. Here we go, right into the deserts now, a second set of floods rolling through Saudi Arabia. Have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? I recently saw a video he made and I was shocked. He's in his 80s and still kicking butt and working out, staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, and the body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/adapt. We'll change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/adapt. You won't believe how simple it is. Chuck discovered he could create dramatic changes to his health by focusing on 3 simple things that sabotage our body as we age. chuckdefense.com/adapt, or click on that link in the description box below the video. As hails pound the desert, Taif. Large hail, and I thought, well, how large is this hail here? You can make your own judgment. Now, when that starts to pile up, and that's pretty good size hail, that would damage your car for sure. What would it do for humans? Or way to say, what would it do for camels? They're now walking through fields of hail. And did I read somewhere where the deserts will once again turn green in the end times? Just asking. Perhaps. Now, also, what was expected was giant-sized hail. I mean, the hail is going to absolutely get much larger than this, to the point where that one whole bowl might be one hailstone in the future. But this is a new set of storms. In addition to the old record-breaking floods that we just saw across the southern areas of China, this time it is in Guilin and Guangxi. Those last set of storms that also hit northern part of Guizhou, this is a different front coming through. And what is it with this mega hail that keeps coming down? Different fronts, different storms, but the same end result. It's like it's hitting something in the sky and amplifying, running up a magnetic field line from our planet, and this extra energy outbound is absolutely doing something with these storms. I don't believe it's geoengineering amplifying. They keep saying, well, why would they geoengineer into a frontal boundary? Well, perhaps that's the excuse. There always has to be an excuse. You tell the global populace the hail is just going to continue to increase in size, and they're not going to really take that very well. Got to be an excuse why. And jumping over to the Daily Mail, this is the UK as of the 2nd of May. Millions awoken by deafening thunder. And somebody who sent me the story, John Peters, who also runs the Alternative View, and they're having a new conference coming up here. I'll be talking about that more as we go through the next few videos. Told me that he was awakened by this reverberation frequency. It was more than just thunder. It was a frequency in the reverberations. And see this, how do you wake up millions of people? And this becomes a #1 news story in southern England. This is the electrical front that came through. These images captured, I thought, wow, that's a crazy photo. That's like, award-winning photo of lightning there. No, it just kept rolling again and again. And we keep getting images like this coming out through the UK media. Now, the frontal boundary stretch as far as that blue, that's the electric front. In the yellows there around Cardiff and further south and up, a little bit west of Manchester, anywhere you see that yellow was this bizarre electrical phenomenon. And that's what I'm going to call it, an electrical phenomenon. And here it is again. I mean, this shook people to the core where apparently they were just hiding in their homes hoping it would stop. Something with the thunder. That sound, and again, it's referenced in biblical text that this sound is going to drive people crazy, and they're going to die of fright. Now, is that truly from the concussion, or is that from the frequency? And we start to see it. Maybe explained away, we could harvest some of that, the aether. There are only 4 elements now, are there not? But again, prehistory, further back, 200 years ago, we have the 5th element. Aether. Encourage you to do your own research on Tesla technologies and how we can harvest that from the air. Oh, they will, because there's going to be so much more electricity needed for AI and also cryptocurrency mining or central bank digital currencies. They're going to have to find electricity from somewhere. Oh, wait, all those little patents will dust those off and finally give people free power, which you'll have to pay for at the meter. And also crops. Key crop yields in the UK down by 20%. It's getting much worse. They're not even sure what they're going to really be able to plant. There's a washout. So they're telling UK shoppers, get ready for much higher prices across the UK, which dovetails right into this story that, the society has been allowed to go amok for too long. And suddenly now they need to crack down everywhere. Shoplifting crackdown. Oh yeah, it was allowed to go on until it's not any longer. And this is going to be £55 million for facial recognition for mobile units and installed cameras. Get it? Inside and outside supermarkets are the first places they're putting these. Vans will scan crowded streets. And if you notice the crackdown on shoplifting, they're going to start in the supermarkets because they know that's coming next. And right off zero hedge, surging prices will eventually be everywhere. So what happens when surging prices and you can't eat and your kids cannot eat? Then what? is the question. You can only buy junky, cheap label private foods for so long before your body says can't do that anymore. And then you need to start to face reality. But Walmart, Target, Gen Z with cheap private label, because youngsters struggle in an era of failed Bidenomics, rampant inflation, and joblessness. Oh, I mean multiple part-time jobs that don't have any insurance benefits or retirement benefits with it. Yeah. You get the story. And that's the world we're in. So, there's going to be a lot more theft coming up here. As prices continue to rise, and as we see across the planet, the food is going to continue to go up. So at what point does it become a cultural norm that theft is more common than not, of people trying to provide themselves? That's why when I did that video a few days back about Target starting to lock up all goods, where you have to scan code, somebody goes and gets that after you pay for it, they bring it out of the store or to the front of the store after you order on your computer screen, and they give you the items. I'll come at you with another video. I was just at a small Walmart here in East Tennessee, and they have 50 pickup lanes now. And this town where I live has 1,000 people, and the next one over like 7,000 people. They put in 50 pickup lanes. So is Walmart going to do the same? Because as these prices get out of control for most, unless you're growing your own food, and I highly encourage you, please put in a garden. Please, windowsill garden. I don't care what it is, anything to grow food, spices, herbs, veggies, potatoes. You're going to have to learn that, and it'd be way better if you knew how to grow some food, that you could help other people grow food, because more people together can grow more food, and everybody who has even a sliver of a skill set would be welcomed in that time of, I don't even know what to do. Okay, dig. And I don't even know how to use a shovel. Well, that's not the person that they're really going to welcome in. Somebody will say, oh yeah, we can set up the hay bales here, we can churn up this, we can get the compost, we can start a compost pile over there, we can do this, that, and the other. That is going to be the person that will be like, yeah, come on. So you got to learn how to grow some food, and if you do, great, share that skill with others. It's going to be a necessity. We have actually rolled over that peak. We are down like a roller coaster. We've already, that tick, 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 and we've already down. The gravity's taken over on these runaway. Like we're going to have to change our moral code because of what's about to happen with the food prices and people choosing to eat, starve, their kids eat, starve, heat their homes, eat. It's going to get nasty. So something, genie's not going back in the bottle on this one. And also check out the link, trueleafmarket.com, heirloom organic seeds for any grow zone on the planet. I appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.